Hello, today I'm just going to go over a little bit of my writing update. Hello, my name is Tanya and this is my writing realm, where I am working hard to improve my skills as a writer and a self-published author, and sharing with you what I learn along the way. The last couple months have been a little chaotic and intense. Let's go back to November. November was Nano. And although I had a better plan and the plan kind of worked well, there were other things outside of my control which kind of slowed me down from getting as much accomplished on my word count as what I'd hoped. But I still made it. That being said, because I pushed myself so hard, I reached the point of burnout. So December, I took a break. I took a break from everything. I did not do much for my podcast. I didn't do very much on YouTube, although I didn't completely give up entirely on my YouTube channel. I didn't do any editing. I did nothing. I didn't attend writing meetings. I didn't even really watch much for YouTube videos. I just completely separated myself from media, and I really needed to do that. I had plans to accomplish some stuff by January 1st. And some things happened outside of our control that kind of stopped me from doing that. Yes, we all got the dreaded illness that everybody talks about, and unfortunately it kind of put our household kind of out of commission for a couple of weeks until we all kind of came out of it. But we're okay now. Everything is good. Things are back to somewhat normal. Although the entire province here in Manitoba is experiencing major outbreaks, and it affects everybody's workplaces, everybody's lifestyles, but that's not why we're here. We're talking about writing. Finally, this week, I felt like I was ready to get back into the swing of things. So I went through and I formatted and got ready for publishing my Living Undiagnosed story. The ebook is formatted, the KDP print version is formatted, but I didn't have any covers. The cover design process was really stressing me out, so I decided to take the plunge and hire somebody. So I went to a website that was recommended by another author friend of mine, Scarlett Cole, and I submitted my order, and that is where I'm at right now. Is I am waiting for the cover design option to come back to me, and then we can look at revisions and so on. It is officially my first time ever hiring a cover designer, and I'm a little bit nervous but also kind of excited to see what an actual, professional graphic design artist is capable of doing for me. Now, I had a coworker friend who is into graphic design but is not a cover designer, who had helped me with my very first cover, and that was for Red Leaves. He's a very talented artist, a graphic artist, but again, I needed to try out cover design on my own, so that's what I did for the whole year of, 2020 and 2021. But it's time to accept the fact that I'm not a pro cover designer. I'm not a professional graphic design artist as much as I wish I was. So it's time to take that plunge and hire somebody to do stuff that I just know I'm not good enough at to do. So I'm waiting for that. Now, you might have seen some other videos so far this year. My focus for 2022, or at least for the beginning part, I'm not sure how long this is going to take or how long it's going to last or how far I'm going to get with it, but I am re-educating myself. I am studying, I am watching videos, I'm listening to audiobooks, reading books, all about the craft of writing and the skill that it takes and the steps that it takes to get through the writing process and self-publication process. It's not that I don't know how to do it, it's just I need to rebuild my confidence, because I kind of lost a little bit of confidence in my skill as a writer and self-published author, and I feel like re-educating myself is going to give me that little piece of confidence back. So I am going to share with everybody what I learn as I go, and hopefully it will spark some conversation in the comments, and maybe we can help each other out. If I find a piece of information that you feel isn't valid or you could add on to it in some way, please feel free to put some comments in as I go through all of this self-education, self-free education. Now, just a note, I have never actually taken a writing class, a writing course. All I had was my education through the public school system and the English language arts classes. So it's not like I've never taken any writing before, it's just I've never taken an official like creative writing class or anything. So I feel like this is going to be good for me in the long run. So other than that, I literally have not written even a single word since November 30th. That was the last day I actually wrote anything. And I think again that goes back to the burnout and being exhausted and just not having the drive to do it. But I do have from Nano, sorry if you hear noises, it is my dog stretching and bumping into things. Anyways, I do have an idea of where Elganthus is starting, my high fantasy world. I have written multiple versions of the first idea over the years, and I'm finally at a point where like I feel a little bit more comfortable with where I'm going with things. So I do have a short story. I'm not going to reveal the title just yet, and I'm ready to work with it. But my first step is to work on my character development a little bit more. So, as per the last video that I released last week, I am doing character creation templates and character development, backstories and stuff like that for each character in this story so that I can get a bit more confidence in who my characters are so that I can improve the story better, because I want to make this the best I possibly can. So that is where I'm going to next. While I'm waiting for my cover from this graphic design artist that I hired, whose name is also Tania, which is super cool. Anyways, I am going to work on the character creation sheet and character development. I'm going to get a binder. I'm going to create all of these detailed versions of the character creation, and I'm going to print off these sheets and put it in a binder. I picked up some dividers. I have a binder. All I got to do is put it all together. Now, on another note, Fiverr is actually going fairly well and getting better. Before I'd mentioned I had created a beta reading gig on Fiverr just to test the waters. It's just for short stories or excuse me, or first chapters up to 5,000 words to start, because I know I don't have tons of time. So I have gotten now a total of 4 orders over the past probably 2 months or 3 months. And 3 out of 4 of those orders gave me 5-star ratings. The last one I just submitted yesterday. And you know what? I'm actually really enjoying this. And I'm surprised at how much I'm enjoying this. And I'm probably going a little bit overboard with my responses just because I'm so excited about it. So they normally ask me one question, and I make it a point to make sure I answer that question with as much detail as I can. But while I'm reading it, and maybe it's just the writer in me or the perfectionist in me, but when I find a very obvious mistake or something that stops me as a reader, like overused words, improper words, missing words, stuff like that, I've been putting in line comments. Now, I don't think that that's something that beta readers usually do. I don't know for sure. If you know, let me know. I haven't actually hired or connected myself with a beta reader. We do peer edits within the writing community locally, but I haven't actually hired an official beta reader or connected with a free beta reader at all. So I might not be doing this right, but either way, it's getting me 5-star ratings. Now, I'm not making a ton of money. One of the reasons I did this was to also learn about the beta process, the beta reading process, and to see if I'm capable of doing it, to see if I would like doing it. And maybe if it leads into earning a little bit of extra income to support my author business, great. So I don't have tons of money from doing this, but I'm enjoying it. And I think that's the key. That's the important part of this, is I'm enjoying it. But I'm debating whether or not I want to add like the next 2 tiers of the beta reading to do longer stories. But I don't want to go back to taking on too much. I wasn't sure initially if I would get orders for just a short story or first chapters, but I am. It's not a lot. Like, I think I got 1 over the Christmas holiday and 1 this week. And before that, one was in November, and I think 1 was in early December. So I'm probably getting an order every 2 to 3 weeks right now, and that's actually quite reasonable. And considering they're under 5,000 words, most of them have been about 2,000 to 3,000 words. It's really not taking a ton of time. I probably spend anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour per beta read. Again, it's a first chapter or a short story, so it doesn't take a ton of time to go through, but I'm being very anal about making my comments, so I'm very focused during that time. Anyways, the point is, I'm enjoying the Fiverr stuff. I wasn't sure if I would, but it's pretty fun. So, otherwise, I don't have a ton of other stuff going on. I did actually, I don't know if I mentioned this in another video or not, but over the holidays, I was Christmas shopping at a local store, and it was a record store, and they sell books, and it's literally the only place in town that actually advertises books for sale, other than, like, you know, going to Walmart or something. We used to have a bookstore, but they moved and then they closed down. So anyways, I was in the store, and I happened to mention to this guy that I am a local author, and I'm looking at getting a print run done one day of these short story booklets, but I'm kind of waiting until my high fantasy comes out. And he says, well, when you have something printed and ready, come and see me. I will sell your books for you. So I thought, hey, that's pretty freaking cool. I could sell my books locally in a bookstore without having to go through like a traditional publishing company or anything like that. They're all self-published books. So I don't know how this is going to work out, or at what point this is actually going to happen, because I don't have anything ready. Although I could look at doing this with the Living Undiagnosed. I am doing an ebook version. I am doing a print-on-demand version for KDP, because I feel like this is something that I want to hold in my hands and not just have the ebook on sale. And I feel like the people that I know that are interested in a nonfiction emotional health story would probably most likely enjoy it physically in their hands, and I think it'll sell okay. So another decision I have to make about the Living Undiagnosed story is, do I want to go with Kindle Select? I don't know. I've tried it a couple times before. I don't know if that's good for nonfiction or not. So if you know, please let me know. I've never actually been a reader of that platform much myself, so I don't know if people read nonfiction in the, what is it called again? I know it's Kindle Select for publication, but what is it? I'm having a brain fart. So how has January been going for you? How is your writing going? Did you take a break after Nano, if you did Nano? I think breaks are okay, especially if you physically and mentally need it, or, you know, for health reasons. Anywho, I hope everything's going well for you, and Happy New Year if I haven't said it to you yet. And have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, or whatever, and we'll talk to you soon.